Hi, everybody. Welcome to Happy Hour. I am Lisa Diggs, aka Litecoin Lisa. This is my buddy, Eric Norris, Lord Norris. I'm here in Kansas City with Lord Norris. So we're going to be right back. It's Happy Hour. There's no Tito's here. So we're slumming a little bit, but we're going to make it through it. We'll be right back here on the new normal. Hey, Westwood, what's up there in the barn? We're like not too far from you, actually.
Not too bad, yeah.
Yeah,
Kansas City, when we had our first happy hour in, August? Yeah, August.
Yeah.
It was about a 5.5 hour drive. Yeah, 5.5 hour drive in the Digibug. That was the hottest day of the year with no air conditioning. It was fun.
That's how we kick things off. So
good times.
Westwood, this is Eric Norris. Eric Norris.
Hi, Eric. Lord Norris. You know,
Lord Norris is in the house. Cheers.
Brother, whenever I hear Lord Norris, I think of Lord Alfred Hayes. You remember him from the WWF days? Now it's WWE.
That's right.
Lord, I love it. I love it, brother. I was looking at your feed, because I'd seen it pop up now and then, a couple of tweets, here and there. And then I love it, the all-time, crap coin, high buyer. Buying the crap coins. I try to keep it clean, but I keep drinking. I'm going to start slipping. But all-time crap coin.
There's a danger when you start a happy hour late and I leave Westwood alone in the barn for too long.
It really is.
Then, we never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
You don't know what's going to happen. So
yeah, definitely. I wanted to welcome Eric to the show. I brought gifts. So a little hat.
Oh man!
From Monarch.
Thank you so much.
And a little box. I heard you got cold in your room. He stayed really still for too long. You call, and the heater turned off in his
room. Can I put these on right now?
Yeah, you can warm your toes up.
Where were you from originally? I mean, are you from the area? Where are you from?
Well, I flew from North Carolina, but I'm from Miami, so.
Oh, geez, yeah, you're suffering because it's been cold.
Yeah,
it's cold up here.
Yeah,
it is cold right now. No doubt.
So we are here for Bitcoin Day. You were sweet enough to reach out. You knew I wasn't too far from Kansas City,
right? And
said, "Hey, we're going to be here." Natalie Burnell is going to be emceeing Bitcoin Day just across the street, and they've got a bunch of great speakers, and they're kind of going around, I guess, the U.S. and doing Bitcoin conferences, one-day conferences with different breakout speakers, and really spreading adoption and bringing awareness to Bitcoin. There's been a lot of news today. I guess the fourth mayor announced in the U.S. Out of Tampa that they wanted to receive their salary in Bitcoin.
Yeah, so that's Miami, Tampa, New York. Who's the fourth?
I tweeted about it. It's got to be.
You got to follow her on Twitter. Right? I mean, it'll take all day to get through it, but you got to.
It'll take all day because I'm very busy. Yeah, I got a lot to say. I have a lot to say.
You do.
Especially late at night when I get cranky about things. Who was the fourth one? It had to be a Texas thing, right? Is that one that to you directly, Westwood?
I think so. Man, I'm trying to tag people and retweet this and get this going. I'm working behind the scenes.
I know you're busy.
Just give me 1 minute here. Hang on. Trying
here
to drink and smoke.
Miami.
I knew you'd find it.
Miami, New York City, Jackson, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
And Tampa Bay. So
who's the mayor down there in Jackson? Who is that? Because there is.
Now you're going to ask me for more information.
Well, no, because I know David Schwartz went down there and met with some guy who used to be Kane in the WWE. Here we are on that theme again.
Wow.
Not that I watch it all the time, but he's a mayor down there in Jackson.
You're not familiar at all with it.
Not at all.
I know nothing about the WWE.
I know nothing.
Multiple things about the WWE.
Right? I know a little bit about everything, not a whole lot about one thing. Like I always say, I've forgotten more than I've ever learned. So,
well, I want to know more about what you're doing with the world's largest crypto store.
Yeah, that is our claim. Nobody can dispute it. So yeah,
nobody has disputed it. So
True.
We're going to stick with nobody can dispute it. We're going to back you on that claim.
I could be proven wrong or at any given point, but until then,
not as long as the community backs you. Free markets.
That's right.
You know.
That's it, brother. You say what you want and make somebody disprove you.
That's right.
That's how you do it. Don't ask for permission. Just do it.
Yeah. No, we've had the shop for I think it's been about probably like a year, maybe a little over a year. We just started making merch, and if you know Going Parabolic on Twitter, he's insane and nuts, and he always has
Williams.
Yeah,
yes.
Jason Williams has got the craziest ideas, and I usually laugh and I think he's a moron every time he comes with an idea, but then we create something out of it and it sells, and I'm like, I didn't even know that would work. And so anyways, I think his lead on
I loved the pizza when people were laughing at him about the frozen pizza, and then he's like, you think it's funny? I'm gonna do it. I mean, I can't imagine being his mother.
Yeah.
Like if you told him no, he would just do it bigger and harder, probably. Right. Like I'm sure that he was the most difficult child.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can imagine. Well, I think that's great. You guys are obviously doing really well with that. And I wish you all the best with that. So good success with that stuff. And you had some success with your family today too.
That's right. My
big day with the family.
It's a huge day. My youngest, he was his first bike ride without training wheels. So, you know, they're going to bring us here to celebrate.
That's awesome. Way to go.
Norris.
That's a milestone.
Cheers to baby Norris.
Yeah, so now he thinks he's a big man and he can hang out with the big guy.
Yeah, look out. He's going to be
He's going to ask for your keys next.
Yeah. Now he's
Yeah. No training wheels, keys are next.
Love it. No, that's awesome. That's a big day. Big day.
Yeah. What are you smoking, Westwood?
I'm smoking a big fat cigar.
Is that a Dante Invest
It
Noir?
It is a Dante Invest Noir cigar. I mean, they're pretty good. I tell you what, I've tried a few of other cigars, but I keep coming back. He's got a good Maduro that he sells on his website, cigarrecon.com, and he takes crypto, and it's a big discount when you pay with crypto.
Wait, we don't have a sponsorship from him. Yet.
I don't know if he's selling enough cigars yet, so I'm trying to help him sell some cigars. We gotta help.
We gotta help each other out.
Exactly. No, they really are. They're really good. And I mean, Blind Dave cleaned me out. When we were in Jersey.
Oh, I remember.
I'm just like, I don't have any cigars that brought all these in. But anyway, no, they're really good. They really
Blind
are.
Dave, I think there's a story there. Is he?
You don't know the story of Blind Dave. Yes, Blind Dave. I have video. I'll show you later.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Blind Dave is a patron member. He's part of our crew, and he comes to every meetup that we have.
Okay.
And he is
total trouble.
Made us completely famous and viral in Dallas. So he
in a good way or a bad way viral?
In an epic way.
Okay.
He started dancing. And these 3 girls came up to him and started dancing, and he whipped out his blind man's pole with the white tip and all that.
I know. He whipped out dramatic pause.
His cane, his cane, let's use the word cane. And he starts dancing. Well, he only became blind 11 years ago, I guess.
Oh, so he's really blind.
He
legally blind.
Legally and literally is blind. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
But he used to be on a dance crew when he was younger.
Yeah.
And so these 3 young hot girls are like all over him. And Pimpy from Pimpy's Investment Chat?
I don't know if I do.
Okay.
You need to know him because
he's a large following, and he is obviously the instigator at the party. Okay. Which I've heard you have a reputation as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. well, it'll be a lot of fun when we get all of you guys together.
Ridiculous.
So so Pimpy's like encouraging these girls to go, oh, this poor guy is blind, whatever, Well, they all start dancing. Anyway, Dave whips out his cane, not pole. And then the girls are dancing. Then Dave starts busting out moves.
Oh, no.
I mean, spinning around, flipping.
Yeah. Like, dang.
Unbelievable. All over the bar, people whipping out their phones, live streaming. Yeah.
Was this at Applebee's?
No, this was at what is that area called? Legacy West or whatever.
Yeah. All the restaurants and bar upstairs and that stuff.
Yeah, where that big food court thing is down there. Anyway, so Dave's a legend.
Wow, I got to meet him.
He's pretty.
It was impressive.
Yeah,
it was impressive. I have to admit. I mean, when he took the cane, it's a retractable cane. He takes it and
just throws out.
And it comes out and he spins around. checks the area, you know.
Yeah, he
surround,
made
you know,
sure that
anybody's around.
he had
And
enough.
then he starts,
to do these
he starts
spin
just busting
things.
it out, and these girls are just like all over him. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
good times. Yeah.
Maybe I need to get a blind stick.
He's a good wingman. He's a good wingman to have.
Yeah, have some game with it. I
I
don't
need to
know.
look that up.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get. You want to get sponsorship? We'll get a sponsorship by Cane Maker. That's what we need.
We could, seriously, I mean, you know, hey, you never know. It might work.
Like strategy for young men picking up women. I don't know. It was interesting. Tom says he was pole dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It was
Definitely.
amazing.
Checking out the chat. We've got a lot of the great crypto family in here.
Yeah. Polly P, Jim Montgomery, Tom, J Mac, Nana's in there. That's my mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Beer and chicken
Nana.
wings. And beer and chicken wings, you did
he's
not
our
like to erase.
He's our tall Asian unicorn. Beer and chicken wings.
He's Japanese and he's like over 6 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
But he has a Jersey accent. So it's like you meet him and you're like,
Is that why he's a tall Asian unicorn?
yeah.
That's right.
And he's
the towel.
Yeah.
He's into crypto.
And
That's
you did
great.
not have to delete your comment earlier today on Twitter. It was funny. He made this joke and then he was worried it was inappropriate. Like
Just leave it
my
out there.
joke with Natalie that I was concerned. So
yeah.
then I deleted it. And then she private messaged me. She was like, Lisa, it was funny.
No, leave it out there.
Like, oh, I should have left it.
It's all right. I delete probably half of my tweets 5 seconds after I make them.
Just in case. It was so funny, but only to me.
Yeah.
Not sure if I should say that.
Miss Teen Crypto. Great
Miss
job.
Teen Crypto. Yeah, exactly.
He is knocking it out of the park. Great job.
What a presentation.
Well
You know, I watched the YouTube one. She put it out on Twitter, you know, the 220, and then I went and watched the YouTube presentation. I mean, sustained throughout the whole 10 minutes, just an amazing, it's only 18, an amazing presentation that she did in New York City at that conference.
Today, or are you talking
today?
About
The one that was posted today.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I watched the whole, and I watched the whole video, and I'm just like, man, talk about poise and just getting the message out, and just absolutely amazing speaker, and just getting to the point. I mean, just talking truth about cryptocurrency. 18 years old. I mean, just crazy. I love it. Love it.
Well done, young lady.
I'm looking forward to working
she's awesome.
for her one day. She's going to be my boss one day.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you know, can you hire me, please? Because I'm sick and tired of this old world stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Patty McMullen, who is a man, and I mailed him a bunch of stuff to Ireland. And I learned all about mailing stuff to Ireland, and I learned about mailing stuff to
crazy,
Estonia.
Estonia?
Yep.
The Baltic state?
One of our viewers won a coin from Estonia, and then somebody from Canada won a coin the other day. So I went to the post office. Actually, my husband did. Thank goodness, he's so sweet.
Well, good for him. Charlie's a good dude.
Charlie's a good dude, and he went and did, and he came back and he was like, "Okay, it was not just 2 stamps for all these things."
It was 2 stamps, but they were $20 a piece.
It was very much a pain in the butt, but you guys are all worth it. Bitcoin Trini, Ronnie's here. Good to see Ronnie. And Hodl Crypto, I got your stuff mailed off too, Hodl. Well, Charlie did. Phil C. Want to make sure I say hi to everybody. Do we get everybody in here?
J-Mac's in the house, my man, J-Mac.
I said
Charlie,
hi to
You did? All right.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention. Sorry, Lisa.
Anthony.
I was looking at your Twitter feed.
Oh, well, you're busy. John Morgan.
Yeah. Jim Montgomery says, Lisa, what you drinking today? Because I didn't ask.
A Blue Moon.
A Blue Moon. She's not drinking Tito's and Fresca. Usually she can't drink Tito's and Fresca because nobody has Fresca wherever we go. And it ends up being a substitute.
Tito's, yeah.
Right, but not tonight, right? They don't have any Tito's?
No, the night's young. There's Tito's across the street.
There's Tito's somewhere else.
We have plans for Tito's. Lisa and Tito's shall rendezvous later.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Red Bull at some point. That's the plan.
That may be in the cards because it's been a day with driving and packing and trying to get everything
I'll bet. So
going.
You said you just got there. That's why you're a little bit late. You just got to the hotel a little before 4. I mean, did you just drive up then?
We drove up today and then,
Did you drive the Batmobile?
We drove the plane. Yeah, we call it the plane at our house.
Put it in launch mode. You would have gotten there quicker.
Well, Charlie was driving. I didn't drive.
All right, Charlie. No. Charlie doesn't drive as fast as you, huh? He's a little more conservative.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Just depends. I would say he's a more aggressive driver, but I drive faster.
I got you.
I think moral of the story is I'll be Ubering everywhere I go just so I'm safe. I like my life.
Probably a good idea.
Unless you're going to ride in the frunk. You don't fit.
Man.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that thing.
Ride with Charlie, I guess.
You need to take a ride in that thing. Whoa. Look out.
Yeah. There's lots of, this is like a developing area, though. There's probably enough open roads. Charlie could put him in launch mode and take him for a ride.
Nice.
It's
the Kansas City Chiefs play my team this week. The Green Bay Packers. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers can't play because, he's been stricken with that awful thing that, is bringing down the world right now. Can't talk about it, but
after he gave away all that Bitcoin.
After he gave away all the Bitcoin, now all of a sudden, he's stricken with this plague, that's just taking out humanity, and he can't play in a football game.
That's weird.
Did I read he just came out and said he's following Joe Rogan's plan of treatment?
He probably is.
He's the size of a horse. That's probably a good plan for him.
Probably so.
It's probably a good plan.
Go to Tractor Supply and get you some.
That's
it's
I know.
50 pounds. Just got to dial it in and do it right.
I know our friend Bruce Porter Jr. just posted the funniest picture. And I told him he looked very handsome. He had like the funniest tweet where he's had it twice. And he's like, said that he used that paste. And then he had like this picture of himself laying down on the lawn and he had a big horsey head.
Yeah.
We were making jokes.
Put the horse head on and then do it. Speaking of jokes, I saw it was probably, I don't know, all politics it's a big joke right now. But I saw earlier in the week, when FJB flew to Scotland, was it, for the climate thing, where they had 400 planes, burning fuel to get over there.
Yeah, because he had to take 800 people for all the diapers that needed changing.
There's a lot of bags. You got to carry a lot of bags. He's got big bags, but it's the nuclear suitcase. You no longer, it's the football full of bags, right? But you've got, you put out a tweet that said, and I didn't go back and look at it because it'll take me like 3 hours to get through your feed. But you had a picture of him and the Pope.
Yeah.
And what was the joke that you made? You said two
pedophiles.
Two pedos walk into a bar.
Walk in the bar.
What do they order? Shirley Temple? No.
Oh, gross.
That was my part of it. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I just had the first part. You had the joke.
I had the punchline.
Yeah, you had the punchline. I didn't.
Yeah, that's it. I got the hook. So
perfect.
But pretty much though. You think about it.
Cheers. Well done.
Yeah, right. Speaking of the Pope, today is what? Remember, the 5th of November.
Of November.
Guy Fawkes. And the whole powder keg thing. That was supposed to go up, and they was going to take out James I, the king of. There it is. Yep, I've got one behind the bar here that Public brought me. I should put it on. Are we going to have a commercial break? I'll put it on when we.
Yeah, we walked in. Well, I'll do a commercial break.
Not right now, but
not yet. Ready. But we're also going to have somebody join us. A very talented somebody that I'm super excited to have on.
That'll be cool.
Not that we're not all talented.
Right, but it's always.
Now I'm doing the mom thing. We're all talented in our own way.
We're gonna have somebody good looking and talented on the show
in a minute.
It's definitely not me, but well, I do have my talent, so I can drink a lot. No, that whole thing, go into a little bit of history on that with the Guy Fawkes. And it really wasn't him. It was like Robert, somebody, that actually, like Kate's, I don't know what it was. But anyway, he was going to blow up Parliament. He was going to kill King James the First because he was anti-Catholic, and that whole thing goes back to Henry VIII, and he wanted to get married, and the Pope said no. And Henry VIII creates his own church in England because he says, hey, I'm, divine right of kings. I'm this guy, I can create whatever I want. And it kind of started back in the 1500s there. I think it was 1533 when he started the church. But and then you got this 1605 is when they had the Guy Fawkes, he was going to blow up Parliament and blow up King James because, it was, they're anti-Catholic. And then to tie that in a little bit, we've got a situation now where you've got Burger King and Robinhood giving away cryptocurrencies that you can't take possession of, which is kind of interesting. You know, you got this king and you got Robinhood, and they're giving away crypto for the people, but the people can't take possession of it because it's on a platform that you can't withdraw from. I don't know. There's just a lot of irony.
Last night, was it last night or night before? Maybe it was, I think it was last night. I don't know. We went to a birthday party for, I think it was last night, for one of our family friends. I say little boy, he's 22. It's all relative.
Right.
And
for a 39-year-old, 22 is awfully young, right, Lisa?
Right. That's right.
Yes.
He's just getting started in the world.
Well done.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I can go the other way too. I said she's a great looking 62-year-old, isn't she?
Yeah.
Looks wonderful for 62.
Yeah. He gets in a lot of trouble.
Let's look a day over 61.
Yeah.
Does it? Not at all. Does she? I mean, look at that. She's unbelievable. Anyway.
In all kinds of trouble. Anyway, he's telling us about how he's been investing in Robinhood, but he can't, because he's heard about us talking about cryptocurrency, but he can't get the coins off. And I'm like, dude, of course they'll let you spend your money on Robinhood because you're buying stuff for them to hold, which means you're giving them your money, which means you can't get that money off, which is the same thing when people ask us about, oh, well, I'm going to use a VPN and, buy money on this exchange. And I'm like, well, they'll let me buy it. And I'm like, but then when you go to try to get it off, so you're just giving them your money.
You're just funding their derivative structure.
Do that.
That's all you're doing. Right. I mean, you're not getting anything. Be your own bank. Take possession of your wealth. Put it in your own wallet. Get a wallet that you can Monarch wallet. Download the Monarch wallet. Get those coins, off those exchanges that you can then put in your own possession. And if you want to learn how, what do, Lisa? You come to Peoria, Illinois, November 19th and 20th, because there's going to be a crypto class where you can download the Monarch wallet, get Litecoin in your own possession, walk away, be your own bank, be sovereign. I mean, take possession of your energy. That's what it's all about. I mean, don't lock it up in this old system that's trying to look like the new system, because that's all it's doing. Cryptocurrency is a freedom tool. Use it. Learn how to use it. If you don't, you're just going to, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. We got to get away from that. We've got to take possession of our energy and control that, so that we can be our own banks. That we can. That's how you change things. Not going to get on the pedestal. That's it for now. Drink a few more. Then I will. But
in a minute.
Seriously.
So Eric, when did you first hear about cryptocurrency? Like, how did you get into cryptocurrency, or what tripped you into this whole world?
That's a long story. So I got in really early. I think when I first started, Bitcoin was probably less than $10.
Nice.
And I fell into the trap, and it kind of goes into one of my tweets today about, like, if you want to learn how to lose a lot of money, follow me. And I'll teach you how to lose a lot of money.
And that's your education, right?
But exactly.
But
it's funny. I think it's one thing to think about, like, when you look at, you can look at altcoins, we'll call them, right? And you can look at Bitcoin, and you can see the crazy percentage gain, right? That's great. And everybody wants to say the what ifs, right? Okay, if I put $1,000 in 10 years ago, I would be a billionaire. But when you look at it in reality, it's okay. I put in $10,000. It goes up 90%. I think 95% of everybody's gonna be like, cash out, liquidate. This is amazing.
I doubled my money. I'm so smart. I'm getting out.
Right. I'm out. And then it goes up another 200%. You're like, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna wait for a dip. And that dip never comes. Right?
It never happens.
And then you're like, or then it goes stale for 2 weeks. Your emotions start kicking in.
3 years.
Or 3 years. And you're like, well, geez, I'm an investor, right? I want to put my money in. I want to see it grow. And then I think today's world, we're in instant gratification, right? So if I put my money into something, I want to see it 10x by next week, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I say all that because that's the trap that I fell into, right? So bought Bitcoin, saw crazy gains, started plateauing. And I'm like, and then you start seeing these altcoins come up, all these other projects, and it's all new at that point, right? Like, altcoins are just coming on board. And at that point, I feel like every day it's, well, look at this, we can do this and spin off, and you're, oh my gosh, and you get caught up in these projects. So anyways, I basically, long story longer, I liquidated and just started I was day trading heavily into altcoins. and was seeing incredible gains. I mean, I'll never forget. It was a New Year's Eve party, and it was like,
in 2017, right?
Yeah, as midnight's approaching, I'm like,
right.
oh my God, everybody's getting closer.
You just keep looking at it. You're like, oh, look at this.
So
look at this.
I got friends, and we're all drinking. I got friends putting in tens of thousands of dollars. Like, Eric, we want to join the party. And I'm telling you, I think we woke up, and it was like the major crash, right? And so
they're hanging you
really
off
tough.
the balcony by your ankles.
Exactly.
Because it's your fault.
But then you get caught in the second trap, which is just hold.
Yep.
Just hold. Just
Right,
hold.
right.
And I'm like, I got diamond, huevos. And I keep holding. I'm going to keep holding.
I'm only 95% down. I'm all right.
It's going to bounce.
Keep holding. Buy in. Buy more.
Yeah. So it took a while, and I lost tens of thousands of dollars during that whole process, right, of holding. And again, it was in projects that were stupid. In hindsight, looking back, I'm like, did I really give that money? Like, there was no logic behind it. But there's no real logic in a lot of altcoins, right? It's really a gamble. It's prayer. You're hoping something catches on. You're hoping it goes viral. You're hoping Elon Musk tweets it. And I mean, geez, we're all, nobody wants to admit it, right? But everyone will buy a little bit of a meme coin here and there.
Sure.
But nonetheless, so I got in early.
I've bought lottery tickets.
That's right.
I'll admit it. Yeah.
Not a bad, it's,
it's the same thing.
I have money that falls out of my pocket getting out of the car. Like, I'll put that in some gamble. But so that was my early kind of in the space really early. Things lost a lot of money, and honestly there was probably a couple of years where I think I had some sort of post-traumatic disorder from losing all that money in crypto, and I was like, God,
seriously,
I don't think I ever go back. Friends that hated me, they're like, Eric, we lost 50 grand because you said this was a good idea, and I'm like, seemed like it.
I told you.
Yeah, it did. I didn't do too well either, and I'm still here though.
Yeah. It was like, I'll never forget one night, Stellar Lumens is a coin. And I was sitting at my computer.
XLM.
Yeah. And it was probably midnight. And I was really new to the trading thing. And this is how you get hooked. Right. And there was an article, never forget, came across Google, Cisco in conversations with Stellar. Right. And it's like, oh my gosh, buy. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I just bought. I'm like, this seems like a great idea. Bought. I woke up. It was up 400% when I woke up in the morning. And I'm like, that was really easy. Like, I need to put more money at this kind of stuff. This is nuts. Like, why am I working? Why am I working a job? Like, when I can make this money overnight.
Right.
So then that was like the domino effect of getting caught in this trap of investing with no logic and trying to chase whatever seemed like a good idea. And that was how I got in pretty early. And then I took a long time to get over it. Probably a lot of personal therapy work. But then after that, started seeing real logic, right? Bitcoin, the adoption of it, and seeing how it's, being dispersed. And now it's a no-brainer now, right? When we talk about inflation, everything in the news, I feel like that's why you're seeing such a run in this last year, what's happening with our economy. So
because of the death of the dollar and what's happening in our economy.
And now, I've been talking to legacy bankers that I've run into who've been in the banking industry for 30 years. And it's such a great argument, not even to almost sell Bitcoin, but, hey, show me a better solution.
Right.
Right. Like, if you, this is my thought. I think this is the best solution to our problems. Right. Can you give me a better one? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not the most perfect answer for you, Mr. or Mrs. Make America sitting at the top of your skyscraper. Mm-hmm. But can you give me a better solution? Right. Dollar's going down. Look at all the other countries around us, surrounding. Look what's happened to their economy, to their society, and look what direction we're heading in. Right. I don't think anything. Everybody can agree. Things aren't getting any better right now. Right. So.
Right.
Yeah. Do you feel good when you wake up and watch the news? I mean, do you feel good, about the direction of the country? And then you look at it, it's like, okay, so who's pulling the strings? And, let's just print up some more money. That's how we're going to fix all our problems. And that money goes somewhere. That money goes in, it gets malinvested. It used to go into wars, and now we've got a war against, humanity because, we can't heal ourselves anymore because of our natural immunity. So that's the new war, and that's the new meme. That's the new thing. And it's like, how long do you want to be controlled in this casino? How long do you want to use their poker chips? And then they say, well, guess what? You can't cash out when you want to. Oh, I'm going to work my whole life. I'm going to put all my money in your system and the rules that you create that supposedly benefit me, tax breaks, all this BS. when, you know, it's the whole thing is garbage anyway, you know, taxing your energy. I mean, give me a break, you know? And so once you realize that, you start looking at it, it's like, wait a minute, why does this car cost me 25% more this year than it did last year? It does the same thing. And why is the fuel price, you know, $4 a gallon? You know, $5 a gallon, depending upon where you're at. You know, what's causing this? And when you realize it's nothing but, you know, just this creation of money that's going to flow somewhere, that's going to go into things that are needed, and you're just getting pinched. These vampires are sucking your blood away, and that's all they're doing. I mean, you get to that point, and you're saying, okay, what option do I have? And I know firsthand people that have come to me and said that, you know, that I never would have thought would come to me and say, okay, I want to get into this crypto. I want to get some Bitcoin. I want to get some Litecoin. I want, you know, I don't feel good that my retirement's going to be there anymore, you know, because I don't trust the people who are running that monetary system. And it's just, you know, kind of shocking that those people would come to me at this point, but they have. And it's that awakening that, you know what, we're in a rigged game. You know, it's a big game. Like Carlin says, you know, we're not in it, you know, we're not part of that club. And it's just so important to realize that, you know, you put your energy out there. You need to have a good store of that energy. What is it? At this point, there's nothing better than Bitcoin. There's nothing better than, you know, a cryptocurrency with a finite supply like Litecoin and Bitcoin. It's just, you got to protect yourself because they're not looking out for you anymore. And they never really have. But I mean, it's gotten so bad right now that what do you do to save yourself and your family going forward? I mean, it's scary for a lot of people because they don't know. They've never heard about crypto. I talked to two people today in different trade, not today, but this week in different trades, you know, that do actual work, boots on the ground. And, you know, I talked to them about crypto. Hey, we're having a meetup here in my local area, you know, in a couple of weeks, you know, come check it out. And they're like, well, what's it do? What's Bitcoin? And they don't have a clue what it is, but they complained that, man, I'd love to see, you know, some mean tweets and $1.79 gallon of gas right now. And I mean, because they get it at this internal level, you know, it's our job to try and help them, you know, bridge that gap. And crypto is that answer. It's that untouchable, you know, it's that money you can't F with, right? I mean, and it's that thing that can free us. It's that weapon that humanity's been given that, you know, we just got to wake people up who are already awake. They just don't know what the answer is. But the answer is right in front of us. And, you know, you look at Bitcoin, $60,000. I mean, it's in dollar terms. It's going to be Bitcoin, you know, 100,000 by the end of the year, 120,000 by the end of the year, because the purchasing power is being lost. And it's going to get absorbed by those things that have real value. And
yeah, I think this is one thing that's going to wake people up. This year, we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and they are looking at, you know, we're gonna have this big meal with our friends and our family, and we're gonna gather, and the Thanksgiving dinner is gonna blow everyone's mind. They're looking at what used to be just last year, your little turkey was $29. This year, they're looking at an average turkey is $55 for a 16-pound turkey for a family. And that means that's just, you know, 1 point of the meal. Then you're looking at shortages, some things you're not going to be even able to find.
You might not even get your cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Seriously. You might not. And it's just like, what? What changed?
It's insane. Well, we know it. A lot of things changed. You know, some things didn't change that we're not going to talk about because I'll lose my channel. But I know you probably need to get a refill, and we've got our friend waiting in the wings to come on.
Awesome.
I want to talk about NFTs and how that is going to change things in the world. So let's do a quick commercial from one of our sponsors. And you can, if you're really, really fast, Westwood, you can pour.
See you on the flip side.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from Calyx Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from Calyx Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calyxsolutions.io.
Perfect timing, Westwood. You made it.
That was fast.
Yeah, he's super
Boom,
fast.
that thing's full.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Mhm.
So I want to introduce everybody to Glasswalker. Oh, well done. Well done. So
We got an echo.
I want to introduce everybody off on the stream. Glasswalker. Well done. Well done. So I want to introduce everybody off on the stream. Well done. Well done. So
There you go. We got her. Glasswalker, brother, thank you. I love the image that you created. Absolutely amazing. It looks so beautiful. I mean, it's just good stuff. Love it. Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you now.
Good.
Here we go.
That's good stuff.
How are you?
Good. I didn't realize you weren't in Pittsburgh anymore, man. I was like, man, so excited. I'm like, I want to meet him. But no, I get it. That's a cool city. I like Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's always going to be home for us, but no, we moved out twice. Now I'm in South Carolina, and South Carolina is kind of a good middle spot for us.
We got a lot of people in North Carolina, South Carolina area. Maybe we should have a meet up there next year, Lisa.
I was going to invite you guys out here. I've got a bunch of neighbors who are asking me. I'm answering a whole bunch of questions, and I said, "Well, to get you guys out here to give a session, these guys would listen to it."
Brother, you set it up. I mean, you get a location that we can do it. I mean, we're going to schedule stuff in January, Lisa?
We have a lot of friends in North Carolina.
Yeah, we do.
Eric is in that area. Landon Castle's in that area. Rice Crypto is in that area. Glasswalker, you're in that area. And you've been a big help to me as well with when I was looking for options for homeschooling too. So we have that in common. And I've been really grateful to find you through crypto and Twitter world. And it's this amazing thing that crypto has brought into my life, these people that I never would have met otherwise. So I was trying to find our picture really quick so I could show everybody.
Usually you have it up there on the main banner, and you got to teach me how to do that, because usually when I post a video on YouTube, it's like, I need to get the pic, it just freeze frames me like the A-Team, Love it when a plan comes together, kind of thing, 80s stuff, freeze frame.
Right. Well, Glenn, I'll get you your own solo one, like I gave to Lisa.
Yeah, give me one of those. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That'd be so awesome. I so appreciate that. That's so awesome that you did that. I mean, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun, right? The one thing about getting involved in crypto is you get to meet a lot of like-minded people. It's hard to find sometimes.
It is, and that's what I've said. I talk to my wife and I say, how many kids? Here I am, 48 years old. How many people do I look at? There it is. But how many people do you hang around with that you went to high school with? How many how many people are you good friends with still that you went to high school with? And then at this point in my life, so many of my friends are because of crypto. And I always call crypto, specifically Litecoin, it's that lighthouse that calls the boats home. I mean, it's really resonated with us spiritually to where, it calls so many of us together, and it's so empowering. And so it makes me so excited about the future, because I mean, here we are, all these souls that are, living these lives of quiet desperation, as Henry David Thoreau said. And then here we are, breaking out of that, and getting together and meeting each other and fighting this battle. We're here for this eternal battle of fighting these banksters, these vampires, and we're going to usher things forward for the next generation and then generations after that to come. And it's so invigorating to me. I mean, it's given me a new chapter in life, and I'm so excited to meet people, that just have the like-mindedness, and these meetups, and every time we go, and that's what I love to get on the road, because I meet I don't at first, but when I get there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
I'm glad you were honest about that.
I am honest about that. And Lisa, she's like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, okay. And then when I get there, and I just love that humanity, to see humanity just awaken and arise again, because that's what needs to happen to fight this dark, decaying, evil just system that we're in. It's just so draining So
Yeah.
forget it. Build a new system, and that's what crypto has done
So
for us.
Glasswalker, tell us about how you are fighting the evil with these awesome NFTs that you're building, with the Earls.
Right, Earl.
I'm oil, and you pronounce it Earl.
That's how you pronounce Earl down here in South Carolina.
That's how you pronounce oil, Earl.
Earl. Change your Earl in your car. Yeah.
Get some Earl.
Listen, I've been cartooning probably my entire life. But I started drawing this character maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and then got involved with some other crypto channels. You know, Arcane Bear. Got involved with Tio and helping him out. Started drawing cartoons for him, and then he's kept on urging me to get into the NFT space. The space is ready for stuff like this. So I finally, a couple of weeks ago, launched the oilearl.io site and then started minting these NFTs. You were talking the other day about minting. It's really, I'm using Solana. It's super easy. It's not very expensive at all. It's really just kind of, filling in the right boxes and launching. So it's been a lot of fun. The difference in my project is I'm actually giving out the original sketches. Because I got notebook after notebook after notebook filled with these drawings. I've been doing this pose over and over again for years. So I've got stacks of them. I got over 100. I got probably close to 200 of them. So when people buy the NFT, I mailed off my first batch last weekend to people who bought the first one. So I just sent them the original art. So now they can, even if they go off and sell the NFT in the secondary market, they got the original drawing. They can put it at home.
That's really cool, and something unusual, like you said, that so they buy the NFT, which is the digital certification that they own the original, but then you're sending the physical
Right.
sketch.
I love that because we're still physical beings. We're spiritual beings in this physical plane, and to have that hands-on, that physical thing, that's the hardest thing about crypto, I think, is that it's magic internet money. Okay.
Right.
I mean, what is it? But it's just, we still want that tangibility, to have that thing in our hands and to be able to hold it and put it on the wall in a bar, so that you can look at it, you know what I mean, and feel it and touch it, and stain it, and crinkle it. I mean, I love that you're doing that. I really do, because it's so important. It's so important. It really is to have something in your hand, and that's very valuable. It really is.
I love that Lisa mistook herself for Captain Marvel, but then didn't even.
I thought I was Wonder Woman.
No, we're the Wonder Twins. Come on, you got to get the right superpowers and the right, all that right.
Well, there you go. Yeah. No, it's been great. I really appreciate the support I get. What I didn't expect in the NFT market, which was one of the real shocks to me, was the use of Discord. People use Discord so much in the NFT space, and I'm not super. I mean, I am now. I've had to get familiar with it, but knowing what Discord is as a software package, as a chatting package, it's really robust. But that's where all the NFT projects go. So but on the upside, I get to have direct conversations with people who are interested. Like I can talk to them directly, and people can see the conversation. That's really neat. But just learning another piece of software beyond just web programming and the art stuff, it's been a little bit of a challenge. That was a request. Take requests, including Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah.
That's really cute.
Napoleon Dynamite. Gotta love
I
it.
love these. So one of the things that PAC is doing that I really like is that's unusual. So in a lot of the NFT space, it is just the certificate of ownership. Then they have to send the JPEG separately. But it's my understanding, and Jason came on with PAC saying that once they get PAC, the part of PAC built or whatever, that you will actually be able to physically own or have that's what will be different about the PAC NFT, is that you will have ownership of the NFT with PAC.
So I think every chain is a little bit different. I'm using Solana. If you've got a Phantom wallet, when you do the purchase, the JPEG shows up in your Phantom wallet, and it has like a gallery. Like MetaMask doesn't have this yet that I'm aware of, but some wallets have it. The MetaMask is generally the Ethereum chain, Matic and Poly, those chains. But Solana's their one wallet, Phantom, allows you to have that. And I think most of the others are catching on that, hey, if we're going to do NFTs in on our chain, we probably ought to have a package that shows them in a gallery on the wallet. So I'm sure Phantom won't be the last one that does it. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to see what you just bought, in the gallery view. Yeah.
And see, that was my biggest problem with NFTs. It's like, okay, I get it. I've got the rights to it. But the thing is, I'm a hands-on guy. I mean, I grew up around farmers. I grew up around things coming out of the dirt, getting your hands on it, knowing it. How I got into crypto, it was because, we need sound money. And I'm like, okay, I'm a big silver guy because, I want to have things in my hand outside the possession of anybody else. And to buy an NFT, and I had this conversation a little bit back and forth in a thread with Jason Williams, like a few Sundays back, probably 5 or 6 Sundays ago, to where it's like, but where is it stored? Where
are you name dropping Westwood?
No, because I
Jason Williams hang out and talk all the time?
No, because it's just, it all ties in synchronicities. There are no coincidences, and I believe that. But and we're all here together for a reason. We're here. But I had that conversation. I'm like, but where is it stored? I mean, where is the image? Where is it? I get that it's on the blockchain and you have rights to it, but where is that image? And, I like what PAC's doing. I like what other people are doing. Other blockchains are doing, to where it's like, okay, we're going to secure that image in a distributed way. It's not like some centralized source holds it. And I'm not going to drop, who's holding it right now, but, there are those entities that's like they house it, but that's still the old boss. It's still centralized. I want that thing to be decentralized to where, until that last computer goes down, my image is still stored on that blockchain, whether through nodes or whatever it is. I want access to the actual image. And, and that's so important to me because, I'm a hands-on guy. And a lot of people are still. Now, the next generation may not be, the next 2 generations after me may not be, but I still am. And as we transition through this, it's so very important. And that's why I say that paper, that drawing, the original, is so important. But, if it's digital, I want it to be somewhere where it's going to be protected, and it's going to be protected in a decentralized way so that I can access that. And I know that's my image. It's right there. I know I got rights to it, but the thing is, I want to be able to get to it. You know what I mean? That original. And so, that's just, I think a lot of people think that way, in my, generation.
Right. We're the same generation, Clint. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're all here at the same time. We're all these spiritual warriors at the same time, and we're all thinking the same thing ultimately. But yeah, right. We're all in the new generation of, breaking free.
So Glasswalker, where can people go to find your NFTs and be a part of this community and purchase some of your NFTs?
Yeah, so you can follow the link to, they're being sold on soulseed.io, but you can follow the link up top of my Twitter to earl.io or earl.io. And all the links are there, including the links to Discord and link to my Twitter and all that. There you go.
I got it.
Lisa's on it. Nice.
I got it.
Love
and
it.
I'll also put it in the description, so for people that are watching this later, they can come back and find that.
Thanks so much for helping me promote it. I appreciate it. And
oh my gosh, thank you for all you've done. Yeah.
We have to get there to chat sometime too. Our sons are about the same age, and I know that your boys seem to be enjoying the homeschooling system, and it's really good. We're like completely pleased with it. We've been doing it. This is our 2nd year with this system, and love it. Absolutely love it.
It's been a huge, just a huge change for us, and there's been a lot of really great things about it. It's so funny. Cannon, we were driving home the other day, and he's like, Mom, the kids are so much nicer at this school. And I said, well, honey, their mothers go to school with them at this school. Like, you have to behave at this school.
So true.
When your mom is sitting next to you, you're going to be a lot nicer at that school. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a great thing, and the community in it. He's learned so much, and then hearing what's going on, on the news, where these kids are, coming home with, what they're reading in the books that are being read to them, and how a young lady that I will not mention her name, that is in the crypto community, was telling me about like some of the things that that were going on in their schools. And and then my daughter, she's got friends, my oldest daughter is just 22 or about to be 22. She's got friends that are, just getting ready to graduate. And she's like, Mom, I remember how the teachers, she just came over the other night and she's like, yeah, the teacher, they don't care. They would give you busy work. They would sit there and read the answer to the test because they just want you to score well. They don't care about what the kids learn, whatever, and then with the great infection happening, the parents were seeing, and I was seeing, we were doing the online schooling for a while there through the public schools.
Right.
And the only instruction he got, once a day, the teacher would get on and she'd go, get your paper and pencil. And I was like, oh, good. Some instruction finally, not just me trying to do like whatever online stuff with him. And she would put a YouTube video on about how to draw a snow globe. And I was like, are you kidding me? And it was all about checking in and making sure, is everybody on? Okay, is everybody on? And taking roll so that they got the money from
get their funding from the system.
It was about,
the system.
Yeah. It wasn't about what the kids were learning or what, how they were doing. And really it was about teaching. And this is what my daughter Carly was saying. She said her last few years at school, and like I said, she's about to be 22, but she said her last few years at school, it was about teaching compliance.
Yeah.
Teaching you to comply and follow and, just obey and follow the system.
Right.
And it was less about learning anything. It was, I'm going to teach you something, you're going to respond, more of like, that than actually any kind of critical thinking.
And we're not going to get out of the mess that we're in now if we can't get the next generation to learn differently, to think for themselves, to be critical thinkers, and to have the ability to stand up and speak well, and stand up for themselves. All those things that they beat out of you in the public school system. We're not going to fix the problems we have now unless we have a generation of kids who can stand up for themselves.
Right.
And I think this program does a great job doing that. They have to do every week. They're doing a new presentation.
Right,
they have to publicly speak. And we were going around for Halloween this year, and I met up with some neighbors who had never met us before. And my son was 10 years old, having a conversation with the one mom, and she said, which school do your kids go to? I said, no, we have homeschool. And she said, I thought so. He seems so eloquent, like he speaks so clearly. Obviously, he's not good. Basically, what she was saying was obviously he's not going to a public school. And I said, yeah, no, he's learned a much different system, a much better system.
Yeah, just the critical thinking and learning to ask questions, I think was one of the biggest things, like them encouraging questions, because especially growing up, even in my generation, you were told not to ask questions, that was disrespectful. As a child, you were supposed to be quiet. The adults were supposed to talk, and that it was disrespectful to ask questions. And in this, it's called Classical Conversations is the program that we have the kids in. And you go to school, the parents go to school with the kids one day a week, and then you learn the curriculum that you're going to teach at whatever, speed that you want throughout the week to your kids. But then it's about asking those questions and encouraging your kids to ask questions. So I don't know, it's been incredible.
It goes back to Socrates. It's that Socratic method to where, you get in the town square, you get there in the public and you ask the questions and you put out more questions so they have to think and answer those questions on their own. It's like, hey, drop the question. Now think about it. What's your response? What is it, inside you that your critical thinking to what makes you, you have to respond and explain yourself. I went to a liberal arts college, 500 people. It's where Ronald Reagan graduated. I had to write out essays for all my tests, whatever class it was. You have to explain yourself. And that's so very important. You have to know who you are and discover who you are and validate who you are and back it up. And it's lost now because it's all Scantron, you know, and it's all, you know, fill in the blanks, you know, take the standardized test and what's the level. I just went to the, you know, my youngest daughter yesterday, the parent teacher conferences, and, you know, the math that they do now, the Common Core math, I said, you know, I don't understand how they're doing this right now. There are so many times that I just go and I say, listen, stack it up line by line. Whoa, getting so excited.
You got really passionate.
My earphones.
But not to beat up on.
Talk with my hands. But, you know, it's just that, you know, we have to believe in who we are and not listen to the authority. And that's where crypto comes in. All of this right now is part of a great awakening. We have to get back to ourselves and trust ourselves and know that we can do things. The schools around here, and there's still one-room schoolhouses that are in parks, you know, in this area, you know, they've been transported, you know, these old wooden schoolhouses that we built as people and put them up so that we could educate our children. And, you know, we funded all that. We supported all that because we had at the time, you know, hey, we want people to learn. And now it's become such a system, such a bureaucracy that it's all about supporting that system going forward. You know, it's time to pull the plug. It's time to take the energy out of it and realize who we are. We're human beings. We have all the knowledge we have inside of us, and we need to teach our children that, you know what, empower them, and so that they know that you don't need someone to tell you what to do. Question everything, you know, question absolutely everything that these authority figures are telling you. And a lot of them,
except me. Don't question me.
No, right. Don't question me. But, you know, but
I think there is even a balance.
It is so very important to.
Yeah, but I think there is even a balance there. Like I was in a position where I'm really thankful we found this classical conversations where there's a community. I'm not literally by myself homeschooling my child by myself. It's in a community group. You
found like-minded people
setting with other children, and I think there's a whole spectrum of what that looks like, and it may be different for other families and other children. Everything from, you know, engaging in public school or online school with public school but then having parents more involved so that they're, you know, watching when there's those red flag things. So I'm not trying to be critical of what any parent's choice is for their child, but just to be engaged and see what's going on and make sure that that is the right choice for your child and your family. So
and same thing too. I didn't want to beat up on public teachers too much because my mom was a public teacher for many years.
I know there's a lot of great public
certified, but I don't teach.
Right. It's tough. They're stuck in a system that's not helping them out. You know, the public teachers who are trying to do their best, but you know, they're handcuffed. So
they're in a system. They're in a system that, you know, hey, if you don't do what you're told to do, you're not going to get your paycheck. And, you know, they're struggling too, completely. And I see it firsthand. And
I believe that we've got a lot of heroes out there, and teachers are some of them. So, well, thank you guys so much, Glasswalker. I just wanted to have you on because I appreciate you so much. I think you're so talented, and I love seeing your work. I love every time you do a Uncle Cliff video, and I get to watch him do his big fingers.
Yeah.
I love the clips that you pick out and talking about, and when you did Chris Marcus talking about the he talked about the 9 whatever in the towers. We won't talk about it too much, but and the paper towels.
Yeah, right. That's right.
That was epic. Yeah, great job. So, Eric, thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, check out Eric's amazing, the world's giantest, largest,
hugest
store. Yeah. All right, you guys have a great day. We will see you guys on Monday, and I'll let you know how this amazing Bitcoin day went. Take care.